of year is coined as the greatest time of year, but for many people, it's also a very difficult time. So here to help us learn how to support someone who is struggling with depression during this holiday season is co-founder of Options MD, Morgan Hewett. So great to have you.
It is so great to be here.
We always talk about the joy and happiness of this time, but it's hard for a lot of people. So where do we start? How can we support somebody that's really struggling or depressed during the holidays?
Well, my company, Options MD, we're a community as well as a telemedicine service for people suffering from severe mental illnesses like severe depression. Our community of over 5,000 patients, 77% of them say that they have increased levels of depression and anxiety due to the holidays. So if you have a family member that's suffering, this is a time to really lean in. And I definitely can share a few tips if you like that.
Perfect.
So the first tip that I would say is, it's really hard to do, and it's something that I struggle with, is mocktails over cocktails.
Yes.
Even though it can take the edge off, what actually happens is that alcohol is a depressant, and if you are on antidepressants, it can actually make your antidepressant less potent. So if you're hosting the family gathering this holiday season, I would say have a mocktail option if you can.
We started doing that more and more, and it's just as much fun because it's just as delicious, but then there's no pressure to drink.
Exactly.
Right? That you take the pressure off of all that. And I also know, we talk about getting outside. It's sometimes hard during the holidays because it's cold, but you say that's really important for all of us.
Yes, vitamin D is a natural antidepressant. So if you can take your family member on a walk, get outside, preferably every day if you can. But if you can't, there's also LED therapy that you can buy, even on simple as Amazon for $25, just an LED light to sit there next to your desk as you're working.
Now, I know a lot of people that love to journal and put their thoughts down, whether it's traditional kind of journaling or just jotting notes down, but you say that's a good present to give?
It's a beautiful, beautiful, cheap present to give your family member, because what happens is that when we get our thoughts down on paper, we can actually just let it go. So people who are struggling with depression and anxiety, to actually be honest about that in a private journal, it really helps them process their emotions.
Yeah, it's hard for them to trust others, obviously, and they don't want to share those things, so I can just imagine the release that they feel.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what else can we do to brighten the mood, lift spirits during the holidays?
It's an age-old one, but volunteering. When you're helping somebody else, it takes you out of your own mindset and you stop worrying about yourself a little bit. So the family volunteering is something that I think is a must-do this holiday.
Isn't it amazing how even just a little help, right? Or even just a smile at somebody can bring you so much joy as well.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got all of that. And then what about just the holidays itself, family, a lot of people around? What do we need to know?
Ironically, members of our community, the first thing that they say stresses them out over the holidays is missing loved ones that they've lost, or just not being able to be there for their loved ones. But the second reason that stresses them out is actually being there for loved ones. So what we're seeing is that not everybody can celebrate the holidays in the same way. There's some people who going back home, it's not helpful for them, and we have to be respectful of that. So do the holidays your own way. Don't worry about traditions. If for you this holiday season is going on a solo trip or staying home and watching corny Hallmark movies, then that's okay too.
Sometimes that just sounds great, doesn't it? That is no stress that you have to deal with.
Exactly.
So those blanket statements of just kind of, when are you going to see your family, or what,
that can be triggering. Yeah. That can be triggering. So be respectful. So especially when you're talking to your colleagues or friends, say, what do you hope to do this holiday season, as opposed to assuming that they're going home with their families. That's a great way to put it. Morgan, thank you so much for all this great information. Happy holidays to you. Thank you. Happy holidays.